Hey again guys, Faxinato here from Ocean Swift Synthesis, and I'd like to show you today our device for the Scope Fusion platform, Shruti Box. It's actually a series of devices. There's Shruti Box C scale, F scale, G scale, Shruti Free, which is in C scale, a free version, and Shruti Supreme, which is a 3-octave version. It's C scale in 3 octaves. But let's look at the very basic one. It's actually the Shruti Box C scale. And before we get into what we made here, let's take a look just for a second online. If you want to look and learn about the Shruti Box, you can look at Wikipedia or at any other place. It's an Indian instrument. It's actually not traditional Indian in the sense that it's only become traditional in the last few hundred years since British contact. It is based on the harmonium. It's kind of just one mode of the harmonium, and it's basically a drone setting device. As you see here, there are various implementations, like this one is a wooden one, and then you have this one which is like a completely electronic one. And what it does is basically you have a scale and you choose notes from the scale that you want to turn on, and then you just turn on the device itself. So right now, all the additional features that you see here, chorus, tremolo, everything is turned off. Okay, and I'm just turning on the device. So this is basically what it does. It just sets a harmonic fundamental for your whole song. Usually in Indian music, there are popular fundamentals that are set. One of them is CGC, which I've set over here. But they can be different ones. This is also popular. Now the way this device works, it's a little additive machine. As you can see, it's kind of DSP hungry. I don't have a lot of DSP on this machine, but even here you can see. So the Supreme version, for example, will not load on a small setup. This has to be said. For the Supreme version, you will need a lot of DSP power, at least I think like 12 DSP, something like that, just to load this thing. So keep that in mind. But for the other ones, the C scale, you can see it loads fine, no problem. So it's an additive device. What it means is that each one of these is their own oscillator behind the scenes, which has the right settings for producing the harmonium sound. What you do control here is the overall body, which is kind of the lowest fundamental. On a real Shruti box, the first two fundamentals, the first two free harmonics, sorry, the fundamental and then the second harmonic are lower than the third and fourth and so on, and some of the further harmonics. So here you can kind of set it like a real Shruti, or you can have a little bit more body, like a full body, and a much narrower. This is more traditional Shruti sound. And the same with the top end. The shimmer actually it kind of controls the very last harmonic. And the damp is a kind of a low pass. So the damp and shimmer kind of work together. So as you can see, when you change the body, the shimmer, and the damp, it's really subtle changes to the tone, but this could mean everything. This being a drone box, you really want exactly the kind of tone that you want to underline whatever you're doing. And to pretty it up a little, you can add chorus. And a little bit of tremolo. You can be as subtle or as deep as you want with it. Now, as you saw, I was just turning it on or off. I wasn't using MIDI at all, even though you see here that MIDI is connected. So what MIDI does here, you do not play the notes. You set the notes on the device and then you forget. This is a drone setting device. But what MIDI lets you do, if you're not in drone mode, then the MIDI is just on and off. I'm playing now on my MIDI keyboard. So you can, if you're doing stuff that is based on timing, like let's say if you want it to do what it's doing now, then you can just set it on your track and set the MIDI and the whole timing of the tremolo, set the BPM and the division, and the whole timing will be based on your track. Just put the retrigger on, put the sync on. Now the tremolo can be either a sine or a triangle. So you can use it without MIDI at all. If you can just disconnect your MIDI if you don't want to use MIDI at all. If you're kind of playing live with the scope and you want to just set, you know. It's nice if you're really subtle, you know. You can get all sorts of drones from this thing. So this is our Shruti Box. Like I said, it comes in a couple of flavors. This is the Shruti Box C that we've just seen right now. And I'll show you the free one. So if you have a scope device, you can just go to our website and you can download the free one. You saw there's tremolo and chorus on the full one. You can, of course, just put tremolo and chorus by yourself. So the free one is just the basic drone. This is actually like a real Shruti. This is what a real one includes. Now again, I've mentioned there's different scales, so this is a C scale, but what if you want to do something, you know, usually the Shruti, what you do with it is you take like you saw on the C, let's just wait, hold on, I'll show you. Okay, so hopefully we're back. And what you usually do is you set, you know, the lowest one possible, and then the highest one an octave above. So if it's on a C scale, then you have C, and then the C above, and then something in the middle. So here it's a G scale, so you have G. And G would normally, you don't have to, of course, but that's kind of what you do with it. You know, you turn on the 2 octaves, and then something in the middle. So you get, so on a G scale, it goes from G to G, you know, not from C to C. So you have twice the G. That's the point of this thing. That's why there's different scales. So I hope this kind of, opened your mind to this kind of stuff. If you're making drone music, I think you'll really enjoy this. Even if you're making Western music, if you're making games, if blah, 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 I think this has a use for a lot of people. So check it out. You can get the free version on our website. Where'd it go? Depending on when you're watching this video, the full version could possibly already out, or you can just go here, download the free one, PCI boards or for Excite, and have fun with it. I hope you enjoy this plugin. It's simple, but I think it's kind of fun to mess around with. So check it out. See you later.